Vlogmas is sponsored by Invoice Ninja, who gives me the peace of mind to create and be inspired while knowing that my invoices are taken care of. Go to invoiceninja.com/Studio Jess to download their mobile app and get started. Each year, I create an end-of-the-year card for the Austin Zen Center. And I create these cards using the Japanese technique of sumie, or at least my interpretation of it, because in fact it takes decades to master. The trick about painting with a technique like this is there are very few strokes. It comes out really quickly, but I find that getting in the right mindset is key to getting a result that feels like it's alive. With one of these kind of paintings, interestingly, I spend more time actually getting in this mindset and getting ready to paint than painting itself. I clear my space and I bring in elements that I want to surround me while I'm creating the art. I always like to have something alive, and so for this season, it's the poinsettia. And I almost always make a cup of tea before I start a painting. It's just one of those delightful rituals that lets me get a little bit out of my head, that helps me clear my mind and clear away all of the thoughts and the other things that have been going on during the day and return to my body. For this painting, I am using the Arteza metallic gouache, and I'm combining it with my favorite black ink, the Platinum Carbon. I love the result of the combination of these two. I have never painted a lotus before. I'm not someone who usually likes the first thing you think about or the cliche symbol of something, but this year the lotus would not leave me alone. As it says on the internet, its characteristics are a perfect analogy for the human condition. Even when its roots are in the dirtiest waters, the lotus produces the most beautiful flower. And there has certainly been quite a lot of dirt to grow from this year. I always start with the notion that I am not going to use the painting. I never think when I'm doing a work like this particular style, that it's going to be the finished product, because that puts a lot of unnecessary pressure on it. So I always think that it's a trial run. Generally, when I start painting in this technique with the squirrel brush and just single, simple strokes, I feel a little bit awkward. I inevitably forget how to hold the brush, and I forget how the strokes are made perfectly with the shape and the tip, and I just allow myself to be awkward until I remember again. I never know how many tries it will take until the image comes through. But usually when I'm painting, I can feel it. There's some sort of life in the painting where I'm no longer thinking about myself, and I'm no longer thinking about painting a flower. And the flower just is. In Zen, there is a notion of effortless effort, which is what we do in our practice. We sit for long periods of time in a very specific posture, and we allow things to rise and fall naturally. And the thing about nature is that the mess is included. You cannot have the beauty without the mess. The lines between the mud and the flower blur. And suddenly, there it is.